Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Today I want to talk about marketing, but not just advertising your business or promoting it or getting visibility. I want to talk about why you need to do things a certain way to get better results. Today's quote is from Beth Comstock. Marketing's job is never done. It's about perpetual motion. We must continue to innovate every day. Your marketing needs to work for you. That's the perpetual part. Think ahead, plan, and implement what your clients need to hear from you, and you're going to be way ahead of so many other VAs. Let's go. I want to talk about some of the nuances of marketing. Maybe actually they aren't nuances, maybe they're tips, facts, or stats, but it's easy to do marketing. To do it well, though, you need to understand why certain things work. If you tuned into my interview with Alicia Croci of Wildly Creative Studio last week, you'll know that she mentioned the psychology of sales. And that's the reason that people say yes or say no, or engage or don't engage with you. There are certain things that you need to realize about sales, about marketing, and about business that will help you get better results from everything you do. I want to talk about 10 of them in terms of your marketing in today's episode. Blogging SEO. Websites with blogs have 434% more indexed pages. Source for that is Tech Client Infographic. SEO is the key to getting the content that you create to be seen by the people you want to see it. You have to insert the proper words, not just in your SEO plugin if you use one, which I highly recommend, but also in the words that you write, the alt text in your images, the categories and tags that you use, and the headings and titles that you use as well. Blogging is an amazing source of content creation, and I bet you're probably sitting there right now thinking, I don't even blog. If you're thinking that, you should start. You not only get one main piece of content every week, but you get to repurpose that for everything else you do. That creates cohesive content, and it makes things a whole lot easier. And the fact that this stat tells us that websites with blogs get over 400 times more results, search results, should be the best incentive ever. Because every time you publish a new post, a new blog post, the search engines will see your website as being updated. If you have a website, but you only have your standard 5 pages that I tell you to put on your site, and you never update them, unless your SEO setup is amazing, you're probably not going to be found in search results. Is your website a powerhouse for you, or is it just an online brochure? I vote to make it a powerhouse. Content marketing. 70% of people would rather learn about products through content than traditional ads. Source for that is Content Engine Land. I don't know about you, but I don't love social media ads. You know, those ones that we see in our Facebook feeds and Instagram and LinkedIn and just about everywhere else anymore. Not only because we're inundated by them everywhere we go, but I'm really just not a fan of what they are. I don't use them. I probably should, I know, but I like this marketing fact because it speaks to how I like to learn. I like to learn about a product or a service through the content. When I see something I like, okay, and yes, sometimes that is via an ad, I then go and check it out. I go to the website, I look up reviews, I Google the person or the product or both, and I see what else is already out there about it that I can learn from. I'm clearly in that 70%. That's a really good number, by the way, and that's totally fine by me. I know that a lot of VAs are similar to my line of thinking, so if that's you, then why are you not using more content marketing in your VA business? If your content is educating and engaging your audience, I bet you're going to get much better results. Much more discovery calls, or many more discovery calls, much more interaction, and more clients. Why don't we like ads? Because usually they're selling something. It's a talking head. Some people, testimonials who've bought the product or service before. Maybe a webinar that you have to watch that leads to a program that you have to purchase to get any actual good info. Yuck, right? If you're selling and shouting, that's an ad. Focus instead on engaging and educating, and you're going to get a lot better results. Email marketing. Email marketing has an ROI, a return on investment, of 4,400%. That's crazy. That source is the Campaign Monitor. What does that mean? What does 4,400% mean? It means that for every dollar that you spend on email marketing, you can expect an average return of $44. Of course, that's if you use it correctly, right? But how can we get a return on investment from email? By sending emails. Sending a regular newsletter can help you get in front of your audience regularly, but more than just sending an email, you have to give them an incentive to buy from you every time you mail to them. Email marketing is never a bother because someone gave you their email address because they received something from you and they're interested in what you have to say, even if you don't think they should be. Be sure to continue communicating with them so they can learn just how great you are, and the rewards are going to follow. When I say a regular newsletter, I mean a weekly one, by the way. It's simple math that the more you communicate with people who have already said they're interested in what you have to say, the more responsive they're going to be. Don't try to get traction with a monthly newsletter. It's just not sent often enough to move the needle on your goals. And if you aren't sure what to send out in a newsletter, start with that weekly blog post we were just talking about. It's a great way to have new stuff to send out to your list. And it doubles by sending traffic back to your website at the same time. If you aren't leveraging email to its full potential, you're leaving money on the table. Create your editorial calendar and get emailing. 4,400%, guys. That's crazy. And don't worry about people unsubscribing. It just means that they don't need what you have right now, and that's totally fine. Just keep putting it out there and getting the new people interested. Instagram as a marketing tool. 71% of businesses use Instagram as a marketing tool. Source for that is HubSpot. It's interesting to me that so many businesses choose Instagram to market their business. I didn't for a really long time, so it's unusual to me whenever I see sort of brand new businesses that are really focusing on Instagram. I think it's because it's easy, right? You put up a picture, you put up a caption, and you're done. There you go. I mean, obviously there's a lot more to it, but at first glance, that's what it is. It's very visual, it's very simple. And I really believe this stat, not that I doubt it, but when you go and look at someone's website, you're probably always going to see two logos, Facebook and Instagram. And they aren't doing that much on their Facebook page usually. It's more work, but their Instagram is up to date. Are you capitalizing on your Instagram, or are you missing out on potential customers? I certainly don't suggest just posting pictures and hoping for the best over there. You do still need a strategy. But if you haven't considered using Instagram yet, you should have a look at the people that you know who are on it. It's also, of course, a meta brand, so you can tie your Facebook to it and your threads there as well. It makes it very easy to chat with the same people across different platforms. Social proof. Reviews influence the purchasing decisions of 93% of consumers. Source for that is Podium. 93. I already mentioned earlier that I look for reviews for almost everything that I purchase. They're really easy to find. I think Amazon probably started me on that. They do a really good job of pushing us in the direction of the review. And restaurants are another big one, although I rarely go back to look for online reviews anymore. I find the negative people are just posting more than the positive ones anymore. I do ask people that I know who have been somewhere what their opinion of the place was. So verbal works, all reviews work. If I see positive reviews for something, I will likely go ahead and make that purchase. Are you showcasing your customer reviews or testimonials, or are you making it more difficult for your clients to find out how great you are without asking you? LinkedIn recommendations and Google reviews are both really good places to get your clients to leave you feedback. Testimonials on your website pages and in your social media also work well. Don't be shy to ask for them. People are happy to provide them. It's like the references we used to put on our resume, right? You can tell us anything you want, but we want to hear from someone who actually knows you, who's actually worked with you. And that's called social proof. And it really is an important part of your marketing strategy. Instagram selfies sell. Instagram posts with faces on them get 38% more likes. Source for that is the Georgia Institute of Tech. Selfies sell. Sorry to say it, but for some reason, seeing someone's candid selfie makes people click more often than a logo or a product picture does. We shouldn't really complain. I mean, it's called social media for a reason, right? When someone sees your smiling face, there's a connection made. They might be more willing to make a comment or interact with you. I know I do that all the time. Even pictures of you working or out at an event with other business owners draws the interest of the people who follow you. And it's not about the selling or the smiling selfie. It doesn't have to be a picture of your face. It's about being personal. I always tell you that business is about relationships. And when you share your actual self, your actual activities, that can go a really long way to showing the human side of your VA business. Stop hiding behind a logo and your stock images, and I bet you'll start to see a huge difference in interactions quickly. Customer loyalty. 65% of a company's business comes from existing customers. Source is Small Business Trends. Think about it. If you have clients now, you're earning revenue from them, right? Are you nurturing them, or are you constantly still chasing new customers? It's really important to value the people who've already made the decision to invest their money in working with you. Sometimes we just think, oh, great, got them, and then keep looking. That's totally normal. It's not your fault if you've done this or if you're doing this now. It's very natural, especially if you haven't reached your revenue goal yet. But it's really easy to nurture the ones who are your clients right now. It could lead to more business from them as their business grows, or referrals that make growing your business even easier. Customer loyalty is something that we as consumers pay a lot of attention to. If you've ever watched another table get served their food in a restaurant before you do, when you arrived first, you know that feeling. You're like, hey, be sure to make your clients feel important. Manage things like their expectations early on and keep it going. You know, one of the things I always tell you is not to have super short or fast turnaround times when you first start your VA business, even if you only have that one client. The reason is that because as you get busier, that's going to be impossible to maintain. And suddenly, that really great first client is waiting a lot longer for their stuff to get done. They notice. Trust me, it's happened to me, and I've had that conversation. So nurture them while you do chase the new folks, but keep that stat in mind that at least 65% of your revenue is coming from them. Content marketing is cost efficient. Content marketing costs 62% less than the traditional marketing and generates 3 times as many leads. Source, the Content Marketing Institute. This is an old stat from 2017, but it still gets the message across that I want to share. Content marketing does not cost as much as paid advertising. You have to make it a point of starting to do this well in your VA business. It's the easiest way to get the word out about you, showcase your expertise, and really get focused on how you help your clients. Marketing takes time. There's no getting around that. But content marketing is a really easy way to make your budget work smarter for you. Do paid ads or paid spots if it makes sense for your business, but always make sure that content marketing is a part of your strategy. Marketing is about generating leads, and if you know you can get 3 times as many by doing something that uses less of your budget, wouldn't you agree that that's a good step to take? I do every single time. We talked a little earlier about seeing ads in our feeds and how annoying and disruptive they can be. Why not focus on providing content that the people who are already interested in you will see and react to? Work smarter, not harder. And finally, back to blogging. Consistent blogging. Companies that publish 16 plus blog posts per month get 3.5 times more traffic than those who don't. Source is HubSpot. First things first, I know 16 blog posts per month is a lot. I get that. Don't worry about that number so much, but let's look at the stat. 16 plus blog posts per month get 3.5 times more traffic. The idea with this last stat or fact is that the more frequently people see your stuff, the more they're going to click on it. It's just numbers, and more usually equals more. But in this case, I want to focus on the other words, per month. It's about being consistent, and you can be consistent doing it just once a month. You might not get 3.5 times more traffic, but you're still going to get more than you would if you just posted once. Creating content like a blog every week isn't hard when you put all the tools in place to do it efficiently. If you're using my content matrix, you should have topics at the ready. If you have a swipe file, you should be able to create a bullet point list for this week's article pretty quickly. And if you set a timer for 1 hour to write a blog, you should be able to complete that blog within that time frame. Systems help you get things done, and consistent blogging needs a system. When you create a simple system that uses your time efficiently and produces quality content, you're going to get the results you're looking for. Make your blog a content hub, not a wasteland of stuff you wrote. That's it. That's our 10 marketing facts for you. Marketing is an essential part of getting clients for your VA business. You have to do it or you won't have a VA business soon. So take some of these tips or facts or stats or nuances and implement them today. Or better yet, let me help you build your system and help you get clients. Let's circle back quickly to today's quote. Marketing's job is never done. It's about perpetual motion. We must continue to innovate every day. Remember this, and remember that taking just one step every day is perpetual motion. You can do it. It's time. It's your time. And I'm here to help. It's the only reason I'm here at all, to help you become a ridiculously good VA. But it's you who has to take that first step. I've helped hundreds of VAs who are stuck get moving through private coaching, my monthly mastermind group, my group coaching program, and my self-study trainings. If you're ready to get my help, let's connect on a cut to the chase call. You can book yours at yourvamentor.com/chase. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.